Well, hello, Andrea. How are you?
Good. How are you, Matt? Thanks for
Good.
having me back.
You bet. Yeah. So we're here for another episode of CapEd Makes a Podcast, and we're going to jump right into it. We've got a really good interview once again with the fine people at Idaho AYC, one of our education community partners that we do a lot of work with, and they've got some exciting things going on. What do we want to talk about as far as that goes?
Well, of course, the Week of the Young Child, it's a national celebration celebrating the people that work and care for young children.
Yeah, and typically that's a springtime event because of everything that was going on this past year or so. Because it's been a little longer than a year, they postponed it, and they're going to have it in August. And so, yeah, that's happening in August. And then there's an event on August 8th, I believe.
Yep, 11 to 3 at the Idaho Botanical Gardens, no entrance fee.
Yeah.
So if you've never
Free
been
event.
there,
Yeah,
pretty cool place.
awesome. Yeah. So free event, Idaho Botanical Gardens, and August 8th. And I've been out there before. Edward the Bookworm is going to be there.
I heard that's
Yeah.
exciting. He's going to read some books.
Yeah, he does readings out there, and there's a bunch of other vendors and just fun things for kids to do. It's really engaging. I've been there before when we've been a partner with them at previous events, and yeah, it's a full day. It's a pretty packed day, actually. There's a lot going on. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
I really like that they said it was a unique event, and it's intended to provide resources and activities to support the people that are helping children learn. So I really like that. They emphasize, it's not a big push on sales.
No.
It's just, here's some stuff for you to, be successful.
Right. Yeah. There's really nothing there being sold. It's not, a fair where things are being pushed on you. It is really just resources and ways for you to help your kids learn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is.
And I like that it's a week long, and every day they have like special things that we can do for that week. So like Monday's Music Monday, Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, Cook with your kids, Work Together Wednesday, build something. And then Thursday, Artsy Thursday, Friday family fun, play together. So all of those are, what did they call it? The play with purpose.
Play with purpose.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that phrase.
Really, yeah, great idea. And again, yeah, you're right. It's a very unique event and really great ideas for parents to tap into. So
yeah.
They also, AYC, they're such an important partner for us. They've got some other programs. Before we got on, we were talking about their Ready for Kindergarten program.
That is super cool. That's important.
Yeah.
Very important, at least for kids and families.
Yeah. And it's, we're coming into a new school year. So if you've got a kiddo who's going into school, starting that process, definitely check out what they have to offer. Ready for Kindergarten is a really great resource for parents.
Yeah, and it's that play with purpose. So everything, building blocks, cooking, reading, puzzles, all of that builds math skills, reading.
Yeah.
It's all play with purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And, speaking of, preparing for school and the new school year right around the corner, it's, we're going into August and,
Summer's almost over.
By the end of the month, school will have started.
Yeah.
And, just a quick reminder that another program that we support here at CapEd is We Love Teachers.
Great.
We're hoping to interview a teacher who has used that program next month.
Nice.
We're still working on lining that up, so not a promise.
Okay.
But we're hoping that's what we can talk about. But just a reminder that, weloveteachers.org is a great website, great resource for teachers and people who want to help teachers fund programs and projects in their classroom.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's see what the good people at AYC have to say, and I'll chat with you.
Well, welcome to CapEd's podcast. We have another great episode here as we talk about our commitment to supporting quality education and community enrichment. Today we are with representatives from the Idaho Association for the Education of Young Children, or we'll refer to that as AEYC throughout the program here. And we have two special guests today. We have Beth Oppenheimer, who is the Executive Director, and Haley Mitchell. Did I get that right, Haley? That the last name always trips me up.
My talk.
My talk. Okay, so we have Beth and Haley. Haley is the project director for Ready, and we can talk about that a little bit. But welcome, Beth and Haley.
Thank you.
Todd. Thanks for having us.
Well, Beth, let's start with you. CapEd has had a long partnership with AEYC in our support of early learning and childhood learning, and also supporting families. But share with us a little bit about your role and responsibility as Executive Director of AEYC, and then who is AEYC for our listeners?
Sure. Well, again, thank you, Todd and CapEd, for allowing us to come on your podcast, and thank you for all of the support that you provided over the many years to support children and families. So AEYC, we are a nonprofit organization, and we work to advance early childhood education throughout Idaho, and we also work to advocate for families and those children and those who work on behalf of young children. Our goals are that every child has an opportunity for high quality early learning, whether that's in childcare, whether that's in preschool, whether that's at home, whatever environment that child is in. We really advocate that those children have the necessary tools and resources they need to best be prepared for school. We've got a variety of different projects that we work on. Ready for Kindergarten, which Haley runs, is one of them, as well as we work with early childhood educators and help them advance their skills so that they really have the skills and knowledge they need to provide high quality experiences for our youngest children.
We had met in one of our earlier podcasts with Nora Carpenter and others at United Way, and they had shared that between the age of infancy or birth, 0 to age 3, children are learning how to read and learning how to have that literacy capacity. And then after age 3 is when they are learning and they draw upon those literacy skills. So we appreciate the work of AEYC in helping the youngest of our youngest children in our community gain that proficiency so they can be lifelong learners. Haley, we talk about Ready, and I always see it as capital R, capital E, capital A, capital D, capital Y, explanation point, Ready for Kindergarten. Can you talk to us a little bit about that program and how you as the project director manage that?
Yeah, thanks again for having us today, Todd. We really appreciate it. So Ready for Kindergarten is a series of parent education workshops. And our goal at Ready for Kindergarten is to give parents all the tools they need to support their children at home. And so parents attend 3 workshops a year specific to their child's age and the developmental milestones their child is going through. And they learn just fun, easy ways to play at home with their child that becomes educational, and it's just a really great opportunity to show parents how what they're already doing every day is a learning opportunity. And we're just giving them the tools to feel a little bit more empowered about how what they're already doing is educational for their child. So we just do lots of play with a purpose, basically, and they get to see lots of ways that interacting with their child, through reading stories and building with blocks and doing puzzles is, building the child's capacity to be ready for school.
That play with purpose, that always has resonated with me. And now I'm a grandfather. Our oldest grandchild is 2 years old and another one on the way. And my wife and I, as grandparents, it's hard to say that I'm a grandparent, but to be able to play with purpose and then also to continue to read, I think that's an important message to share with everyone. The playing with purpose of, our 2-year-old grandson, he counts as 7, 6, 9, 10, but he's starting to build that foundation of rhythm and playing with purpose. So I appreciate your statements about that. Today, we want to talk about the upcoming event or events of the Week of the Young Child. CapEd is a proud sponsor of this. We have been for several years, again, with our purpose and supporting our mission and vision of quality education and community enrichment. We appreciate the work that you all do in bringing the community together to celebrate the Week of the Young Child. Let's start with, and I don't know if Beth or Haley, whoever wants to take the question, what is the Week of the Young Child?
I can start with that one. So Week of the Young Child is, it's actually a national celebration where communities come together, and it's an opportunity to celebrate those who are working with and caring for our young children, our child care providers, our early childhood educators, and our families, as well as just celebrate young children. Across the country, it's typically held in the months of April. And April, we usually have lots of events that can help to celebrate young children and those who care for and work with our young children. This year, we have had to move it to August because of the pandemic. We weren't really sure this spring what was going to happen, or bringing people together, if that was going to be able to work. So we moved it to August this year, and Haley can talk all about the activities that we have planned this year in partnership with the Idaho Botanical Garden.
It's amazing that we have an opportunity to celebrate in an entire week around the Week of the Child, and the importance of children in our communities, in our individual lives, as well as our neighborhoods, and then our broader community. So Haley, let me take the question to you of what do y'all got planned for celebrating youth in our community coming up in August?
We're so excited. We've been able to get lots of wonderful community partners who do things for children and families in our community. So we've got the libraries are coming, and they're going to, help families sign up for library cards if they don't have one already, and then talk about all of their upcoming back to school events that they have going on. The Children's Museum will be there with lots of fun hands-on activities. Lakeshore Learning will be there, and just a lot of other wonderful community organizations that, their goal is to support children and families, and just let them know about all of the programming that they have coming up to support children and families. And then we also have a stage with some live activities that will be happening. School of Rock will be doing a little performance, and a local band called Tribe will be doing a little performance. And then I believe we are honored to have CapEd's Edward the Bookworm do some story time for us. So we're really excited for that. And then there'll just be a few other little things happening on the stage as well.
Okay. So give us the more specific, the nuts and bolts, when, where, what time that families can come out and join with AUIC and the other community partners to celebrate the Week of the Young Child.
So it will be August 8th at the Idaho Botanical Garden, and it's from 11 to 3. And one of my favorite things about this event is that it's a free opportunity for families to visit the garden. No entrance fee, and then all of the activities are just open for families and children to come in and play and get to know what the different community organizations have available for them.
So for the benefit of some of our listeners who are new to the community, the Idaho Botanical Gardens is out on the Warm Spring area. It's a wonderful outdoor facility and garden. Oftentimes, every time other than I think a couple of events throughout the year, you have a cover charge to get into the gardens. But in this case, that's available for families to come out and enjoy at no cost. We appreciate the Idaho Botanical Gardens supporting this event through opening up the garden at no cost. Again, it is Sunday, August
8th.
Sunday, August 8th. From what time in the morning until in the afternoon?
11 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, so a good time to come out. Hopefully the temperatures are good. We can get all of the hot temperatures in July, and then it'll be perfect temperature in August, but a great venue out there. Talk a little bit more. Beth, I see you're raising your finger and you're wanting to share something. So I have always appreciated that. Hey, I have something to share. So for those who are listening, we're recording this through our Microsoft Teams, and so we're on video. You don't have the benefit of seeing us all today, but to capture the audio. But Beth, what
Sure.
would you like to share?
Yeah, there are a couple things that I wanted to mention. First of all, this event is really unique and a little bit different than other vendor fairs, if you will. We are pretty specific about the folks that we invite to participate in this event. It really is intended to provide resources to families and activities for children. This is not an event where you're bombarded with sales and buy this and do this and all of that. It really is intended for activities with young children, and really for parents to identify. There'll be information on how to find quality childcare, how to engage your children with early learning opportunities, developmental milestones for your children, things like that. So it is a unique celebration or event that is a lot different than some of the other events that you might see. You're not going to see big sales pitches out there. So that's why we really appreciate this. And it's very intentional of how we do this. We actually invite vendors that we know that are supportive of high quality early learning experiences to participate in this event. So I just wanted to mention that.
Much as we say play with purpose, this is an event with a purpose that's inclusive of the celebration, but also exposing families, parents, grandchildren, or parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles to resources that are available in our community to support them as they work to prepare their children for school and a life of lifelong learning. I think
Sure,
that's a piece to mention.
Sure. And I also want to go back to, you had asked, what is Week of the Young Child? And as I mentioned, this is a national celebration, and it's a time to really recognize our young children and support them. And a typical year, a Week of the Young, or this Week of the Young Child, is broken down into daily activities and daily focuses. For instance, on Mondays of Week of the Young Child, we call that Music Monday, and that's an opportunity to provide parents and caregivers ways to engage with music with young children. We know that children that are engaged with music, that really introduces them to early math skills, early literacy skills in ways that you might not think of. And so Monday is Music Monday. Tuesday is entitled Tasty Tuesday, and that's where we encourage parents or caregivers to get in the kitchen and cook with their young children. 2 years old, 3 years old, they can all do it, and it's a way to way to build those early math skills. If you're measuring something and pouring it in and stirring it and all of that.
Following directions. A recipe is directions.
Absolutely.
Being able to do this step, then this step. So those are all foundational pieces for a life of lifelong learning.
Absolutely. And it's just a fun way for families to engage with their young children. Wednesday is Work Together Wednesday. And that's an opportunity for parents and caregivers to, for example, build something with blocks. And we know that block play really does help promote early literacy and math skills, as well as social emotional development skills. You learn to work with one another and share the block or share the toy or something. So it's really to encourage those social emotional skills as well. And then Thursday is entitled Artsy Thursday. And we all know that being creative, it helps build that brain and helps young children really think creatively. And then we wrap it up on Fridays, which is Family Friday. And of course, we all know the importance of really getting together and celebrating as a family, playing games, going outside, going on a hike, going to the pool, whatever that might be. It's just a time to take a step back from our busy, busy lives and really focus on family and celebrate that way.
So are there activities where families can go on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or is that the encouragement to do those activities on those specific days?
It's more of an encouragement. Yeah, it's more of an encouragement to do that. Depending on the year, we'll be promoting those different days. Of course, this is a unique and different year. So next year, we will be able to promote different ideas and opportunities to do those types of activities throughout the week.
Well, we are fortunate that our community is in a place where we can gather, where we can celebrate. Haley, can you share with us where individuals who are listening today or listening to the podcast can get more information about the event as well as for AUIC?
Yes, definitely. So Idaho AUIC's website is a wonderful place to find out more information about the event. And that's idahoauic.org. And families can look up more information about each of our individual projects that we offer to families, communities, and childcare centers. And then there's also an event page that talks more about the specifics of our event at the Botanical Garden.
And again, that website is
www.idahoauic.org.
.org. Okay, so idahoauic.org. Great. And you all have an office here in Boise, correct? But you service the entire state. Is that a correct understanding?
We do. We are a statewide organization, and we really work with childcare providers and families and early childhood educators across the state to really ensure that all children have those experiences of high quality early learning.
Well, and again, a great opportunity to come out to the Idaho Botanical Gardens that is out off the end of Warm Springs in Boise on Sunday. Make sure I get that correct. Sunday, August 8th, starting at 11 a.m. Great opportunity. I've been out there numerous times over the last several years. Great opportunity to come out and see that we have a great positive future with the youth in our community. And as our community comes together to help children be prepared for school and then a life of lifelong learning, it's pretty incredible to see all that is being done, not only by AUIC, but our area school districts, others in the education profession, those who are supporting families, caregivers to help children have a solid footing as they go throughout their life. Anything else that either one of you would like to share before we conclude our podcast here today?
I would just say that, I encourage folks to come out and join us. I know that families are really hungry for opportunities after this past year and a half. Families are hungry for opportunities to celebrate and just get together and have some fun with families and other folks. It'll be a safe and wonderful environment, and you get to join and go to the garden. How often do you get to do that free? And then on top of that, engage in some of these fun activities and maybe learn a little something along the way.
Absolutely. So for more information, you can visit idahoauic.org, visit their events page, but also while you're there, check out all the other great programs that they have available to support parents, caregivers, and our education community. Beth, Haley, thank you. Haley, anything that you would like to share as we sign off here?
I just want to say thank you again for having us today and always being a sponsor of Ready for Kindergarten. CapEd has been very generous in supporting us for several years now, and we truly appreciate it. And if families are looking for resources to help support their child, be sure to visit the Idaho AUIC's webpage and click on the projects and look for Ready for Kindergarten, and we'll have new workshops starting soon so parents can participate.
Well, we appreciate all that you do for the education of young children and supporting family and caregivers across the state, and especially here in the Treasure Valley. On behalf of CapEd, thank you, and we hope to see everybody out on August 8th out of the Botanical Gardens.
Right. Thank you again, Todd, and thank you to CapEd and all that you do, not only to support our organization, but all of the many organizations that you support with an eye towards literacy and education, and your support of our teachers across the state. And it's really wonderful, everything that you guys are doing. So thank you.
We appreciate that. That is central to our DNA. We've been doing it since 1936 of supporting the education community, and today is a representation of how we continue to build on partnerships to help support and the promotion of quality education. So thank you again. We look forward to seeing everybody on Sunday, August 8th. And also please visit that website, idahoauic.org, for additional information. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Todd.
Todd.